Well, as the COP30 climate summit in Brazil enters its final stretch, frustration has only been growing among indigenous communities, young activists and even climate vulnerable nations as they claim the summit lacks meaningful voice in negotiations. Brazil's indigenous community said that they remain sidelined at negotiating tables, uncertain whether COP30 will actually deliver results that protect their territories. This year's summit was set in the Amazon, where environmental groups have warned government pledges continue to fall short as deforestation accelerates. In fact, just last year, it was the hottest on record, and Brazil alone accounted for 42% of the 6.7 million hectares of tropical forest that was lost in 2024. Thousands of climate protesters, including those from indigenous communities, marched through Belém to demand more action, and that is to protect the fate of the planet and to vent their anger at government and fossil fuel industries. Activists even carried a giant snake prop to the COP30 venue, and that was to draw attention to deforestation and destruction of indigenous territories.
We brought a guardian to talk about the damage caused to our territory, where they come and set up large enterprises, destroy our forest and destroy the homes of our enchanted entities. We brought her here to show our struggle, our determination.
Brazilian artist and activist Thiago Mota unveiled an art installation which was using ashes that were collected from the Amazon rainforest, which was ravaged by fires last year. Also, young climate activists participating in summit called for greater inclusion in climate decision-making, emphasizing the need for education, gender perspectives, and the integration of water-related issues into climate discussions.
As a Water Aid youth leader, I am here with a message for global leaders. One is to put water in the middle of all climate discussions. Because water is, you can't talk about climate crisis without talking about the water crisis. 90% of natural disasters are due to water. You can look at floods, droughts, havocs, all these are due to water. So you cannot talk about the climate crisis without talking about the water crisis. And yet water is not a big discussion in platforms like this.
Fiji's Minister for Environment said that the world is still drifting away from the 1.5 degrees Celsius limit, calling it a lifeline and not just a political target. Also, Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said that Australia will not stand in the way of Turkey's bid to host COP31, warning that prolonged standoff threatens the very unity that's needed to support Pacific states.